Hey folks, I hope you're having a good day. So last weekend we had a bunch of debacle. Well, we had a debacle going on with the gun locking up, and this weekend we didn't even make it to the range, and we had debacles loading up. Wife gives me a phone call. Hey, I got a flat. Okay. Message the guys I'm supposed to meet up with to go shooting with today. Say, hey, I'm running behind while I'm in the process of fixing the flat on the wife's vehicle. They messaged me back. They said, hey, we're going to send you a video. Take a look at it. Okay. Video comes in. I look at it. I'm like, yeah, man, sounds like you got a hub bearing going out. So they asked me how to check it, told them how to check it, and he goes and he checks it out, and he calls me. He's like, yeah, we're going to have to replace it. It's doing exactly what you said it was going to do. So that went today's video. We were going to basically get together, shoot, do some ready up drills, timed, all that good stuff. Main reason for that is I went ahead and I made the decision. I know I've been talking about it on the fence for a while, of just going ahead and get back into competition shooting, and there's a lot of more available or in my area than what used to be. Granted, a lot of it is USPCA handgun type stuff, but there are some other ones with rifle competitions, and those are the ones I really want to go do. Main reason I want to go back and get into the competition, especially with the USPA style stuff, not the one I really want to do, but it's the one I probably need to do the most, is because I conceal carry just about everywhere I go. And one, how I view it is, it's a fun way to go practice. I mean, yeah, I'm spending money to go practice shooting in a competition, but the nice thing about it is I'm not out there by myself doing it. And a lot of the guys that I run with and do stuff with, we're pretty well spread out. My little brother, I like to go hunting with him. He lives 60, 70 miles from here. A lot of the guys I go shoot with, when I go shoot with them, which is probably once every 4 to 6 months at the best, they're 50 miles away plus. So I have my own little range I go to, wildlife management range I go down here, where I do a lot of my stuff, or do some of my stuff at. And that's the range we go to. It's free. I go down there, all I'm doing is paying for a little bit of gas and the ammo and targets. But going out and doing the competitions, I think it's just going to be a fun way to, one, if there's someone there, they're seeing where I can improve or something like that, they're there right on the spot to improve it, especially on the handgun part of it, because that definitely needs a lot of improvement. Two, the rifle part of it. That's just what I want to do, because that's what I like doing. Running gun, get back into shape. It's a good way to, be a fun way to get back into shape in my mind. I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, run, hell. No, I don't like running either, but let's find a fun way to run, especially with the new criteria that's coming out for the military on physical fitness standards. So with me getting back into the competition, especially the rifle part of it, I went ahead before the whole thing went down on everything going south as far as paychecks go. A while back, I ordered this lower. That's a Griffin MK2 lower. Has an ambi bolt catch on it, which is the main reason I got it, and I'll kind of go over that here in just a second of my thought process. But I can use my index finger to release the bolt. You saw it slide down right there, and all that good stuff. And on top of that, it does have an ambi mag release, standard mag release. Here's your ambi mag release. I don't see myself using that very much, even if at all, in the competition. So there's what it is. And plus a nice little feature it is that might help out, like on the distance shooting, or like kind of what's in the running gun type stuff, is you do have a set screw back in here where your pistol grip goes on, and when it runs through and it hits that post that your rear takedown pin comes through, and tighten up the slack on that deal to take out the wobble that AR-15s are so known for. So there you go. There's a build. It started. It's already got the trigger in it. It's already got the mag release in it. So we'll get around to finishing up. once everything else lines out and gets pretty smooth. Having to buy a tire today did not come into the plans at all for the budget, but it is what it is. It's life. The other thing I wanted to touch on, since we don't get to go to the range and have fun, is using your equipment. So I had some stuff come up here at work here recently, and I needed to take some time off. Well, I ducked out a little early. Went and did a coyote hunt by myself to cool off and chill. And I also went to a buddy of mine's house on his little private range he has out there. No video from there. That was just me and him letting me do a lot of venting and just trying to get myself calmed back down. So basically what I ran into is when I mounted this laser aiming module, or LAM, I wasn't too sure I was going to like it right here. And finding out I do not like it right here. What I ran into shooting off of the barricade is, one, is I have my pressure switch on the bottom. I knew better. I shouldn't have put it there. I wound up having to do a lot more protecting it than actually focusing on my shooting, which was a bad idea. The other thing I ran into was on my LAM, pushing up on the barricade, and I was using a suppressor. As I slid down the barricade and tried to get a stop, I was shoving the LAM into the barricade. With this part, this is the lens and lasers and everything right here. With it being at the bottom, I was shoving it into the barricade. Granted, it was plywood, so it didn't do any damage. It did hold zero. That's the nice thing about it, because it was getting to be a low light shoot there for a bit before we put the guns up and broke out the adult drinks. So it's going to have to get moved. It is what it is. Get out and play with your gear, see if it's going to work for you. I've got an idea how I'm going to set it up. I just got to figure out all the cord management and everything else. Now the nice thing is I didn't have all of my hunting gear with me in the truck when I took off work early. But I did have a gear belt, my pistol, my rifle, and all that good stuff. So, grab a few things here. This is the holster. Cloud Good Wrench, made by Point Blank. Actually a really good holster. I really do like this holster. It's not stupid expensive. It's pretty reasonably priced for what it is. What I ran into is I had a coyote come out when I was using a mouth call that I picked up at the store on the way out, the little outdoor store that we had in our area. And the coyote came out real close. It was inside 20 yards. Where it was at and how it was facing, if I would have pulled my rifle up, it would have seen me. So I went for my handgun, since it was on the far side away from the dog. And when I pulled my handgun out, I was able to shoot the coyote, drop it there on the spot. 124 grain, plus P, hollow point. It said good night. What I ran into was putting my gun back in my holster, because I had this on, I had my belt on, which had my lickies and chewies and extra magazines for the AR. And then I had basically like a chest rig deal on, and I had a first aid kit in case I hurt myself while I was out there. I would be able to do what I needed to do. The first aid kit stuck out far enough, and I didn't have the chest rig up extremely high like a lot of people do. I kind of like it where it sits at. I wasn't able to get my gun back in my holster, so I wound up going back to a drop leg, unfortunately. Not a huge fan of the drop legs, but it is what it is. I'll find somewhere else for this to go, I guess. Excuse me. So, long story short is, take your stuff out, use it, make sure it works for you. Getting a gun back in a holster is not that big of a deal. It's more of a convenience than anything. But I like convenience, and I just want to be able to go right in there and be done with it. So I can go, one, make sure I can walk up on the animal, make sure it's down. There's no point in making anything suffer, even if it is a coyote, and I don't like coyotes. But it is what it is. So there you go. Take your equipment out, use it, make sure it's set up properly so you're not going to tear it up when you're using it. Holster, same thing, set up properly. and then get out and shoot some fun, have some fun, go meet some new people at the competitions. That's my thought process right now. So once things get lined out, we'll see how things go. But I just thought that was some helpful information to put out today, since we didn't get to go do the other thing. In case you're wondering, the main purpose for driving an hour and a half up to that range is they do pistol competitions up there, and they do CQB carbine competitions up there. One of the guys I was supposed to meet up with, he is a big time red dot magnifier guy. And he and I have been having legit conversations back and forth about this whole deal, because he knows I have one, and but he's never seen me run it. He's always seen me run a prism optic or an LPVO. And talking about it when we first got together, he's like, well, you can do this with this. And I was like, well, I can do bend the name with the prism optic, or I've got a red dot on the 45-degree cant. And he's like, okay, fair. And we shot against each other a couple of times. I mean, he is a better shot than me. He did smoke me. And then, but having the conversation, I was like, pretty much what we're running into, man, is I have less maintenance on my stuff than you do. I don't have moving components. Yeah, I've got a couple of lenses I got to worry about, the same number you do. You've got 4, I've got 4. Then I progressed into the LPVO. The only reason I got a red dot on the LPVO is because the gun is getting set up for night hunting more than anything. With the LPVO, our conversation kind of was like, well, now I've only got 2 lenses to worry about. Is it as good as the LPVO at 1 magnification good as a red dot? Honestly, I don't think it is. But is it a workable issue? 100% 100% I believe it is. I've been playing with it and doing with it. I used it to practice for a Governor's 20 competition that I was supposed to go shoot in, but battalion screwed me over, so I didn't get to go do that. So, but he wanted to try the LPVO out. He doesn't have one, and that's kind of the other thing about doing the competitions. And there's a lot of guys at the competitions that's like him. It's like, here, you try mine, or you back and forth with each other's gear. It's like what works best for you and everything else. So there you go. Like I said, I'm sorry it's a crappy video today. Not what I wanted to do. I thought it'd be more fun running drills and everything like that, and practicing for competitions and all that good stuff. But nope, here we are. Shit happens, I guess. Y'all have a good one. I'm out. I'm gonna go find something to eat.